What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here for the top eight. The top eight of our Pioneer 1K RCQ. I am Les Alex. Welcome on in, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you're watching live and have been watching the whole day, we do appreciate you. If you're watching after the fact, thank you for hanging out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got Dan B, who is our number one seed, against Jake S, who just snuck into the top eight as we just watched him win in the sixth round to sneak his way and Dream Crush JR to make it to top eight. So yeah, we got Four Color Humans against Sultai Beans. Experiment 1 into a Thought Seize. Gonna take Jake down to 18. Collected Company is going to be the get. So both these decks, obviously, some interesting lists, some rogue decks. Dan's deck, though, spicy enough and running on all cylinders today. He is the number one seed here today. We've got Copper Coat Vanguard. Going to put a +1/+1 counter on Experiment 1. And I'm assuming we're going to get an attack here. So here are some cards you can expect from Dan's deck. We've got, of course, Experiment 1. Recruiter of the Guard is a 4 of. Copper Coat Vanguard. Jurina, Dauntless General. Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben as a 3 of. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Brutal Cathar. General Kudro of Danrith. Reflector Mage. Collected Company. And then some lands. So very awesome build. Jake down to 13 already. As he shocked in on his turn. As I was reading off the deck list. Here comes Lieutenant. Gonna put some +1 counters on the team. We are going to Bitter Triumph here. I guess Copper Coat. That would make sense. Because he would not be able to pay the ward cost if he targeted Experiment 1. Down to 10. Seems that Dan did miss land drop there. So did Jake, though. Back to Dan. It's going to put a +1/+1 counter on Thalia's Lieutenant, and so is that. I forget. That is a promo art of Recruitment Officer. Picklock Prankster. It's on an adventure. And Jake says, let's go to game 2. Yeah, that's what happens whenever you're beaten face. Holy smokes. Game 1 goes to Dan in short order. All right, let's take a look here at the sideboard of both of these players. We'll kick it to the booth. What's up, everybody? I am Les Alex. We are here playing some Magic the Gathering Pioneer. These players playing for their share of $1,000 in cash, and of course, to be able to go to the regional qualifier. Let's take a look. For Jake Stellick, we have Duress, Pick Your Poison. Probably not interested in either of those. Damping Sphere, Stubborn Denial, Ashiok, Blot Out would be a good go-to. But other than that, he's got 2 go blanks. Blot Out, kind of the only card that really might make a difference here. On the other side of the table for Dan, remember, Dan is our 1 seed and has just been running people over. We've got 3 Portable Hole. Might be pretty good, might be pretty good. Archon of Emeria, I don't know if you want that in this matchup. Elite Spellbinder, Rest in Peace, Pick Your Poison, and Wedding Announcement. Pick Your Poison if Dan knows the kind of deck that Jake is on. I mean, he didn't really get to see much. Pick Your Poison can snag some flying creatures in Dan's favor. Other than that, though, Portable Hole is a possibility as well. Then he's got a Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement's probably pretty great in this matchup. This is a grindy matchup. I could definitely see him bringing that in. Let's kick it back down, though, to the battlefield area. Jake is ready to roll. But yeah, thanks everybody again for hanging out. Make sure to follow Impact Gaming Center on all of our socials. We're on YouTube, Twitch, X, aka Twitter. We are on TikTok, so many places. But yeah. Alright, looks like we are ready to roll. Dark Slick Shores, pass. Dan, what you got? Cavern of Souls, I'm assuming that's naming humans. And there is this experiment number uno. And it will see the first play for Jake, as it does get fatal pushed. Sleight of Hand. Can't quite see what cards those were. One looked like a Consider. Reflector Mage. Pick up. Here's another Cavern, and there's Coppercoat Vanguard. And is this getting pushed? No. Consider here. For Jake, you'll put Stubborn Denial to the bin. So Jake, clearly on a more slow, grindy, kind of control your board. And here. And in a, nope. Maybe. Attack or 2. Instant speed side of Picklock Prankster. Gonna tag a fatal push, and Coppercoat Vanguard gets pushed. So Jake doing a good job of playing his role here as the control player. And there's a Ledger Shredder. Land go. So not a follow-up for Jake. He would have really loved any one-mana cantrip, really. And this is going to be Reflector Mage. Oh, no, Brutal Cathar. Okay, yeah, that's just better. So, let's see. Murderous Cut. So, technically, the way it works, Brutal Cathar enters the battlefield, exiles it, Murderous Cut is cast, Ledger Shredder comes back. But, you know, doesn't really need to be shown by either player. That's why I'm here. And Ledger Shredder is going to attack in for 1. Down to 19 goes Dan. Here's Stormwing Entity. This is a 3/3 with Prowess that has flying. When it enters the battlefield, you get to scry 2, and it costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. Collected Company. Makes sense why he's doing this while Jake's tapped out, so there's no chicanery, no counter magic. See what he hits. A lot. Coppercoat Vanguard, 2 Thalia's Lieutenants. That's pretty good. I think I just like Thalia's Lieutenants. I mean, Coppercoat's good too, but these will see each other and pump each other. Not a bad turn there for Dan. Pass back to Jake. Let's see what he's got. Bitter Triumph gonna take down potentially. Jake will lose 3 life. And 1 lieutenant down. And Stormwing Entity gonna crash in. Secluded Courtyard for Dan. Got a lot of lands. Reflector Mage. Trigger, gonna grow the Thales Lieutenant and bounces Ledger Shredder and then another Brutal Cathar. Whew. That's a big Thales Lieutenant. Yeah, Jake and a Picklock Prankster not long for this world. Gonna get shoved in front of that giant human. Yeah, look at Jake's face. He's like, geez, that's a big boy. Pass back. And it is nighttime, so Brutal Cathar gonna flip. Forget what he's called on the back half. Dahlia. That's gonna... The masses grow, and we're attacking for a bunch. Down to 6. Minus 11. This might be quick work for Dan. Jake in the tank. Really needs to find something. Ledger Shredder. Okay, there's a blocker. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, is it Murderous Cut? Alright. Well, he gets his Stormwing Entity back. And back to daytime. Alright, let's see what Stan got. Another Reflector Mage. Triggers here. Bounce Stormwing Entity. Grow your... Down to 2. Had to chump there. Jake needs a miracle. Let's see a Hail Mary here for Jake's sake. Instant side. Yeah, and there it is. Wow! Quick work. Dan making quick work of Jake. 4-color Humans continues to press forward and just continues to crush this format. Dan moving on to the semifinals here in quick fashion. Holy smokes. 4-color Humans. What you know about it? Thanks, everybody. Well, that's it. I mean, I thought that would be a little bit more of a grindy matchup, but Dan kind of just smushed him. But yeah, so congrats to Dan heading on into the semis, and we will be back with the second round if I can convince one of these matches after their first game to switch over. Maybe we'll be able to get some more content. But otherwise, we'll see you in the semifinals momentarily. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Les Alex. Like I said, I make Magic the Gathering content. You can check me out on YouTube as well. And yeah, thanks. I'll see you on the other side of this bump. I'm sorry that was such a quick game. Not good for content, but very good for Dan. All right, see you on the other side.